Have you been tolerating less than you deserve? When you tolerate less than you deserve, there's a ripple effect. It might affect how you accept a job offer, the kind of relationship you find yourself in, the way your friends treat you. You might have been feeling some frustration around it and not really knowing why. We are going to get into all the things why we tolerate less and what to do about it. If you didn't know, I'm Myesha, life strategist for women who want it all, author, speaker, and your new best friend. Let's get into this. We tolerate less than we deserve because somehow we have the spectrum off. We say, well, if I let this go, then I'll have nothing. Nothing seems to always be the alternative for somebody who is so low on the totem pole. We rarely raise our expectation. We also tolerate less than we deserve because we don't have a sober view of ourselves and we have low self-esteem. I am a person who can say I have had low self-esteem, just looked in the mirror and did not know my true strength, my true power, and it led me to accept things that I really should not have accepted. We also have distance between us and who we think we are in our physical body and our true impact. There is a destiny for each of us, a place that we were meant to be, to flow and function and add value to this world. And the further we are from that, the less we view ourselves and we tolerate less than we deserve. Here are some solutions that will help all of us raise our self-esteem and tolerate what we truly deserve. Number 1, raise your standard and your expectation. What do you desire? I always say this, in a perfect world, what would I want? If there was nothing negative in my life, what would I allow? Think about that in your relationships. Think about that with jobs. Raise your standard. Chances are you haven't really created one. You live on the defense. That means whatever life throws your way, you accept it, you alchemize it, and you make it enough. You gotta get in the offensive position in your life. You get to drive it. You get to demand what you want and what's best for you. Spend time thinking about what is my standard? How can I elevate it? How can I raise it? If you're having a hard time wondering what your standard is, choose one area of your life that will tell you. If people can call you whenever they feel like it and you answer the phone, that's your standard. You can decide you need to be more consistent if you're going to be a friend of mine or if we're going to be in relationship. You can't call me whenever you want. You can't come in town on a Monday and expect for me to answer the phone and hang out. It doesn't work that way anymore. You can start in any area of your life. It will tell you what your standard is and then raise it. Number 2, mute the negative voices in your life. There are people that have told you who you were, and that has lowered your self-esteem and lowered your person. Family, friends, you've taken the feedback of your last relationship and what he said about you as who you are. You're never anything. Nobody's gonna want you. You're ugly. You're whatever. And we've collected those, and those have become the framework for how we see ourselves. You want to stop tolerating less? Mute these voices that are in your head that don't come from you, that have told you who you were. And don't forget to cultivate a sense of self that comes from you and you alone. This is work because we're human and we often feel like, I don't know, we want to be humble. We just want people to love us at the end of the day, and we do whatever we can to keep these people in our life. So we don't cultivate a healthy sense of self because that might mean that we're ornery or we're disrespectful or we have to go against people we love and we need their love, so we stay small. Spend some time with yourself, looking in the mirror and pulling out your value, your virtue, your goodness, who you are. Look over your life, see your wins, quantify them. That'll help raise your level of expectation and raise your self-esteem. Number 3, consider where you're going and work your way backwards. If right now I'm driving a bus, I manage life as a bus driver. When in 3 years, I'm already on path to buy the bus company. We typically stay where we are and we flow out of that. When in a few short years, we have a different role and a different expectation. I say, do things now as you would when you're get to where you're going. Govern life as the owner of the bus company and less like the bus driver. This is a temporary station in our life. We see it as, well, I'm just starting over, so I should take whatever I could get. Who said? Well, I'm just doing this temporarily until I can start my business. Well, actually, act like the business owner, how you expect people to handle you, how you want to be treated. That will help. I used to always say, I want to be like Oprah, 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 Oprah. I just loved how Oprah interviews people. I love the work that she's done. And that was kind of like my end game. So in relationships or in conversation or in work, I would say, would Oprah be treated like that? No. So why would I tolerate it now and say when I become like Oprah, I won't tolerate it then? Practice makes perfect. And how you want to be treated in this life is a human right. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Sometimes we are the sum total of our experiences, how we were raised, the relationships we've had, the bosses we've had, the employees we've had, and they've all created a narrative about who we are. And we perform out of what they have said about us. We accept based on what we think about us. If you're a person that's saying, well, if I let this go, I won't have anything, you need to raise your standard. Live life as though you already are who you already are. Life just hasn't caught up with it yet. You bad, okay? You all that in a bag of chips. You got this. Start demanding of life to handle you the way you want to be handled. And in order to do that, you have to know life is not going to deliver you some beautiful, well-crafted experience. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You will be treated how you allow people to treat you. You will have the pay that you allow yourself to take. You will have the job that you apply for. When you raise your expectation of life, you expect more because you're deserving of more, you get more. Let me know in the comments how you plan on raising your self-esteem. How will you change expectation? And if there's certain things you feel like you've been tolerating that you want to change, let's continue the conversation in the comments below. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment. Let's keep this party going. I want you to be informed whenever I release new content. I am Myesha, your new bestie. It's been so good to spend this time with you.